Tropical Cyclone Alfred has started to cross the islands off of the Brisbane coast and will continue to make its way onto mainland Queensland over the next several hours. It is currently around about 11:30 p.m. on Friday evening, Queensland time, or 12:30 a.m. on Saturday morning, New South Wales time, and we have seen a significant update to Alfred in its latest track and information, and we're going to dive into that now. You'll notice Alfred is a Category 1 tropical cyclone. That has just changed in the most recent update. The category number of a tropical cyclone is only a signal of how strong the winds are with that tropical cyclone. So as a Category 1, the winds are not expected to be quite as strong as a Category 2 tropical cyclone. However, the rain and the associated flooding, well, that will continue to be very severe and ongoing through Friday and the weekend. Let's check out what we're seeing on the radar imagery, because with Alfred being so close to the country, we can very clearly make out the circulation in the bands of heavy rain which are wrapping around the centre of Alfred in through here. So it's quite clear to see that Alfred has been gradually approaching these islands through the course of Friday afternoon and evening. The edge of the centre of the system has made its way onto Stradbroke Island and parts of Moreton Island in the last hour or so. Also note this band of heavy rain on the southern flank that has been bringing significant falls from Byron Bay up to the Queensland border for the New South Wales side, as well as Coolangatta, Gold Coast, and now pushing into parts of Brisbane through the early hours. That is expected to continue with widespread heavy rain near and south of where Alfred is crossing. This is a look at Alfred's current position. It is a Category 1 tropical cyclone. That is a recent update. Even a Category 1 tropical cyclone is a very powerful and very significant weather system, and this will continue to cause damaging winds, heavy rain, flooding, and coastal impacts. Here's a quick look at some of the observations we've seen through the last few hours. 12-hour rainfall totals over 100 millimetres in some places, in fact over 150 millimetres through parts of New South Wales and mid-north coast, and those numbers are only going to continue to increase through the rest of the night tonight. And wind gusts have been continuing to race along the coast, over 100 kilometres an hour along the Gold Coast, and now Brisbane Airport starting to blow strongly as well. The winds are expected to really pick up across Brisbane through the early hours of Saturday morning as well. Let's take a look at the track that Alfred is expected to take now as a Category 1 tropical cyclone, moving towards the coast quite slowly. It will take several hours to cross over Moreton Bay and reach mainland Queensland, somewhere north of Brisbane, perhaps between Redcliffe and the Sunshine Coast. In fact, we'll zoom in a little bit more to get a closer view of the timing as it does move across these islands through the first few hours of the morning, and then over the second few hours or into the early hours of tomorrow, perhaps 6, 7, 8 a.m, it's likely to make landfall south of the Sunshine Coast as a Category 1 tropical cyclone. After that, it will continue to move inland, and this is where we will see the rain and potential flooding push inland as well. Note that it will turn into a tropical low, shown by the L on the map. That means it's no longer a tropical cyclone, and it might not bring such strong wind, but it will continue to bring heavy rainfall as a tropical low, particularly to inland parts. We expect that rain to get up into the hinterlands, up into the scenic rim, up into parts of the Darling Downs for Queensland. For New South Wales, the heavy rain to get up into parts of the northern tablelands and the northern rivers slopes there. So this is the severe weather warning for heavy rain and damaging winds. It still runs from north of Gympie to south of Coffs Harbour, but it does push a little bit inland because the associated rainfall and potential flooding is not just a coastal phenomenon. Inland communities will start to get that as well as tonight goes on, and certainly heavy rain through the course of the weekend for inland parts of southern Queensland and northeastern New South Wales. As Alfred crosses tonight, we will continue to see severe coastal impacts, damaging waves, and very high tides. The warning for coastal impacts runs from Gympie down to Smoky Cape. And we've got some flooding going on as well. This is a look at some of the rivers which are experiencing major flood warnings for now. River levels are rising rapidly as we speak. This is just some of the significant rivers which have got flood warnings in place. More are being added all the time. So if you live near a major river, creek or waterway, double check to see if there is flooding occurring along that region. And I've just added on here the flood watch areas as well, showing how extensive the flooding could become in the coming hours and the coming days. Stay up to date with the latest. We're doing hourly updates to Alfred and its track information and warnings, and you can find those on the Bureau's website all night tonight and all through the weekend. Stay safe, everyone.